Plates for the Peak is unlike most charity fundraising events that you go to. It's like going to a cocktail party at somebody's house, just the house happens to be Vesta Dipping Grill, and it's just a fun, relaxed, easy way to give back.
This is an incredible event, one of my very favorites, because it's not like any other event or any other charity event that you ever go to. It's a social event. You have some amazing chefs create these amazing bites, and food and wine, and the energy and the excitement is so much fun. They started that so they could get new people from the 20s to 30s, and the ticket price is less expensive, so they could expose them to charity and involvement. A couple years ago, they came up with the idea to invite the youth to come in and cook with the chefs and be the sous chefs for the event. It was really cool for that exposure for our youth to see what it's like to work in some of the best kitchens in Denver.
I feel so grateful for the success of the restaurants that allow us to give back to our community. After we became parents, and you think about children being on the street, that's heartbreaking. That makes this whole experience hit home a little more.
We know the people who work at the organization. We see some kids, we've had some kids actually work for us. You see the success stories, and it means something. It does.
The fact that Urban Peak gets 100% of those donations, the staff donates their time, their tips, their energy.
We never asked our employees to donate their tips. They started doing that all on their own. It was their way of giving back. We just have this amazing staff that's happy to give what they can to Urban Peak as well.
When they originally started, they sat down with their employees and they started to ask them what was important and where in the community do we need to raise money for. They chose Urban Peak because of our education, because our ability to hands-on approach to get kids off the streets, and the creative side of who we are. They really care. They really care about Urban Peak. We've raised over $200,000 in the last 10 years for Plates for the Peak. They've inspired chefs, restaurants, purveyors, waitstaff, others to do better, to give better. They are so amazing what they've done for our youth and for Urban Peak and getting our message out there.
Over time in this business, you realize that restaurants can have a greater purpose. You realize that restaurants are about community. We rely on our community to support us, and we rely on our community to be a vibrant, healthy place to live. And you realize that we're given the tools and the resources, the people, by doing what we do and what we love to do, it's really easy to give back to that community.
Jen and Josh inspire me to see what they have given back to the community and what they have done for Urban Peak in the last 10 years. They're one of the most kind, nurturing, respectful couples that I've ever come across. They are awesome.